Hey Gemini, welcome back to your Astro Reels. It's my pleasure to read for you, as you know. And as you also know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you don't actually have to have any significant Gemini placements in your natal chart for these messages to be for you. And you don't have to be actually watching this video at the time that it's being published. If it's for you, then yay! And if it's not, then I would invite you to take a step back, wait a few hours or days or whatever, and then come back and see if you can identify the energies and the messages at that time. If you'd like to work personally with me, you know where to find me on my Etsy page. We do everything. All right, so just follow the link on this page wherever you're watching. Okay, let's jump right in. Immediately, as I was shuffling these energies, I was feeling a lot like there was a bit of like a blooming kind of energy, blossoming, and this almost felt like a bouquet of energy being extended to you guys, right? So on the one hand, part of me is like, oh, is someone giving us our flowers? You know, congratulating us, saying a job well done. But what I'm actually seeing it being more related to is the different aspects of you coming back home. Oh, 1 minute, 11 seconds. 111, 111. The different aspects of you coming back home, coming back into your conscious mind awareness, coming back into your energy field. Remember, when we're talking about soul integration, all we're doing from an energetic standpoint is getting the disparate parts of us, whether they're still in our energetic field but like blocked off, or whether they're lost somewhere, not lost, but out there somewhere on another planet, in another dimension, in some time fold somewhere, or even somewhere else on this earth, like maybe still in your childhood home or for, past lifetimes, right? This is about that soul retrieval, calling those parts back to us, okay? But whatever it is, whatever your situation is, that's the realm of a personal reading. Whatever your situation is, what we see here is they're ready to come back. So there are parts of you that are coming back. So here's a quick heads up. For those of you who may be still in the process of trying to become better at noting your incoming energies, in other words, noticing things coming in for you before they manifest in the physical, then I want to give you a heads up. One of the ways that you can kind of get better at sensing that is being a little bit more diligent with looking at your shifts in mentality, in tastes, in things in your environment. Because I'm seeing, for example, if you're not a tea drinker, all of a sudden you may start feeling like, oh, I want to drink more tea right now, and it may start to become something you enjoy doing. Where did that come from? I'm seeing that's very specific for somebody. So if you're that person, this is an example for you. That's one of your aspects, one of your disconnected selves being brought back into soul integration. And when these parts of us come back in, they're carrying consciousness and likes and dislikes and all of that they had when they split off from us through trauma. All right, so whether it's in this lifetime or other lifetimes, so you're gonna discover, but really it's a rediscovery. You're gonna discover your love of tea. Another person here, what was I just picking up for you? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Sorry guys, I'm trying to follow through the messages, but anyway, long story short, thank you. You're this other energy, for example, somebody else, you're going to start noticing an energy of admiration. Like whereas before you just go about your day and whatever, you have certain ideas about other people, now you're starting to be able to recognize the positive in other people. Like, oh, just you're in a line in the superstore. Okay, that's very specific, oddly specific. Superstore, supermarket, or I'm seeing someone even in the art world or something, or in an art gallery or something to that effect, right? There's art energy, and you're going to admire. It'll just come in your mind, oh wow, I really admire that person's use of color, for example. I really admire that person and how they spoke to the cashier, or how the cashier spoke to this other person. And you might even shock yourself a little bit, like, oh, that's weird. Me sitting here having a moment of admiration for somebody else. It's not to say that you don't admire other people, but it's just not your way. Whereas there are some others who are like, wow, I really admire that. I'm really right. There may be some people like that. And so you're not characteristically like that on the regular, because guess what? You were, boom, cut off from that part of you. Now, what I'm getting is there are a lot of you who are needing to recollect yourselves, collect yourself, pull yourself together, get yourself together, right? All this stuff is just reflecting energetic states that we are in and we don't realize it. But anyway, yeah, they're saying you might be blindsided, some of you guys, blindsided by something, but oh my God, look, creativity, that's what I was going to say. You need to pull yourself together first before you can discover, boink, another aspect of you that's bringing gifts in. Think about it with video games. Everyone wants to wear the cute pink boots. I'm just making this up. I don't know. The cute pink boots on their avatar. But guess what? You have to unlock a certain, you have to play a certain set of games and complete certain side quests in order to unlock this outfit. And then it's like, you collected these and then ding, now it's unlocked. It always jumps a little and then it's unlocked. Now you can bring that in. It's the same thing. How can you have an appreciation for creativity if you can't even admire anything in life? To admire means to appreciate something. I really appreciate the use of colors. I admire that person for using the colors. Here's the secret. You can't admire anybody outside of you if you can't admire something inside of you. You may be like, oh, but Jay, I admire that person, but I hate myself. Yeah, then when I look into your energy field, I'm just going to go ahead and see that you thought you were admiring that person, but it probably was a little bit of another energy going on there, but your conscious mind thought it was admiration or just some other derivation of something, right? So the point is, it's all about collecting yourselves, bringing yourselves back into congruence so that you can step into greater, say it with me, self-expression. Yay! And that makes so much sense. If your self is fragmented, you're not expressing much. You're expressing disjointedness. You're indecisive. You don't know which way you're going. You're going up and down. And it's not because you're not accurately reflecting who you're being. You are accurately reflecting what's going on in your energy field. Yeah, I want pasta, but I also feel like eating out tonight. But do I want to go with Bobby or do I want to eat alone? What about my cat? Did my cat... What are you doing? You got 45 tabs open on your browser. Oh my God, I'm calling myself out, right? Self-calls. You've got 45 browsers going on there and you're like, I'm so scattered. Or if you're really disowning stuff, wow, the world is so scattered. Pump those brakes. Pump it out. You're scattered. So what we do is we call ourselves back into congruence. And when we ding, 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 do that work, guess what? We're bringing ourselves back into oneness, and what becomes stronger? Self-expression, right? You're expressing in a more whole way. You're more collected. You're more decisive. You're more understanding. You're more solid. You're more calm. You're more grounded. You're just more. We don't want scattered petals. I mean, it's beautiful. Picasso's like, hey, wait a minute. Monet's like, wait a minute, right? Okay, we're great. But I would love to see what was going on the other end of that energetic space, but it's beautiful. But look at how your expression in your work, in your romance, in your money management, in your creativity, in your connections with others, in your connection with yourself, gosh, and even in your room. Sometimes, I remember I had a client, God bless, and we were doing a live Zoom, and the first thing I felt to ask her, no names, was, hey, move to the side, let me take a look in your home. And immediately I could see the manifestations of all over the place, all over, right? So we can see that played out. You will start to notice that when you collect yourself and you bring yourself back into a state of oneness as much as you can, because we're all along a journey, and this doesn't mean that your art will become boring or anything like that. We're just using the art example. They want to use that for example. No. All it means is that the energy underlying the artistic expression that you are doing is going to be stronger. It's going to be more reflective of the real you. The real you is oneness. The unhealed parts of us, those are the parts that split off. And that's why we have to do the shadow work. We have to do the energetic work. We have to do the soul retrievals or whatever, journaling. The whole point is to get your mind healed. The healed mind is a mind that is one. It is not fragmented. You can have a mind of oneness. You're bringing yourself back into whole state, right? And still produce the most beautiful mosaic ever. But the energies will be different. You will just be more collective, and it'll be more you. Now, I guess I just wanted to say that. There was something else I wanted to say, but so many messages coming through. Now, if you're still here, thanks for continuing listening. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to call some of you. It's almost like calling some of you up to the front. We're just going to do a little energetic stuff here. And of course, only to assist. Oh, we're integrating. Because I noticed the circles are like this. And now it's like overlapping. We're integrating you. So I love when we do energetic works, guys. It's my favorite. Intuitive counseling, love it. We're doing the energetic work and we're bubbling you up. And we're grounding you. Now, I love that tapping into some of you, I love that you didn't have a fear-based response to the idea of being grounded. A lot of our creatives struggle with that internal fear, 11 minutes, 11 seconds, that they're going to be grounded, and that grounding is going to take away from their creativity, and that wholeness is going to take care, look at what I'm saying, they say take care of, that's what it is. You can't even talk about wholeness and talk about it hurting. No, when we get into wholeness, it is getting back to who we are, and that's our major expression, right? So it's mastery when you come into wholeness. Whatever it is you do, whether it's doing your nails for people, whether it's plumbing, whether it is just speaking in someone's ear about something, whether you're a surgeon, whatever it is, when you're operating from a state of wholeness, you are being more whole being than scattered and all over the place. Because the whole point is that your misbeliefs, your core beliefs in fear and in low self-worth along these lifetimes is what caused the scattering. So when we're fragmented, we are in an unnatural state. The same, we live in a fractal universe, right? The same that we are all cute little individuations of the divine pushed out. But in our state of, union, we can still be individuals, but we would recognize that we're one. That's where the oneness in minds, the minds would be shared. There would be no, well, I don't like this, that creates a barrier. Oh, I don't like myself, so barrier. So now your mind is walled off from the one. So that's what we're doing. We're healing. And when I do my energetic work and other people do their energetic work on you, all we're doing is working with these aspects of you that are carrying beliefs that are leading to fragmentation. And again, always remember, bringing yourself into congruence is not going to make you less creative or less effective or less successful or less whatever, or take away your uniqueness. And no. You can draw the same picture under fragmentation and under wholeness, and I guarantee you the vibrational difference will be completely different. People will respond differently. Okay, so this is not about tampering with your sense of self. Notice how they're talking about sense of self now, because the energetic work, we've just aligned you in a bigger way, right? Of course, it's a realm of a personal reading to do more deeper work, but you have to get into a place where you start to identify in a whole way. Stop identifying with your fragments. It's not the ideal state. It's an unhealed state that was unnatural. And so this message today is calling all of us, really, because we're doing the best we can, calling all of us back into congruence. And at the end of the day, what does that look like? It looks like, say it with me, self-acceptance. That's it. Because it is the lack of self-acceptance that got us in this place in the first place. And that awareness requires a certain level of agency and volition and personal responsibility that not a lot of people are willing or capable of wielding at this time, because they are too much in identification with their victim story, all right? And that is just a different space in the healing cycle. Anyway, God bless you guys. Pull yourself together. Me too. Mwah.